Welcome back. Good to see you, or virtually see you. I haven't recorded in a little bit, and I have been just kind of doing some of my own transformative work. I've started a group on Facebook if you'd like to join me. It's called Yoga for Transformation. And in that group, I'm going to be posting different videos and inspirational things in terms of how you can use your yoga, your meditation time for transformation. And now really is the time for that with all that's been happening in this planet. It's calling for us to take a closer look at what we're all about. Do we love what we're doing? Do we love the relationships we're in? It's time for some change and some shifting in our own way of being. So this group, I would love to have you join me, is all about that. So it's Pure Yoga Stillwater Facebook page. So you've got to watch for the Stillwater piece because there's Pure Yogas all over the world. So Pure Yoga Stillwater and Yoga for Transformation. And join me because I want it to be a very interactive group. I'm going to be posting things, but I would also love to hear questions, comments, your own postings as well. So that being said, let's start our practice. I'd love for you to stay in a seated, comfortable, cross-legged seat. Palms can be facing up on the knees, posture of receiving, or palms can be facing down, posture of grounding. And let's close the eyes. Slowly doing this beautiful internal inventory as you're breathing in, and just sipping the air in through the nose, right? Begin the Ujjayi Pranayama right away. So think of the breath as if it's coming in through the very crown of the head and it's following the chakra pillar or the spinal column all the way down to the base of the spine. That would be your first chakra. Pause at the top of the inhale like you're holding that beautiful light in, and then ease out with a very passive exhale. So we'll do 3 of those. And we're going to end with an Om. So exhaling air from the lungs. Inhale, guide the light in. Bring the light back in from the crown of the head, holding, pausing at the base of the spine. One more time, filling the lungs, filling the body with your prana, with your light, breathing it in and through. Beautiful Om sound of the universe connecting all of us. All right, let's move into child's pose. Knees to the outside edges of the mat and big toes to touch. Sinking sitting bones back down towards the heels. Inching the hands up and overhead. You can goal post the arms. I always like to start on my forearms and I just kind of rock a little bit back and forth, side to side, and wake up the body a little bit before I settle into my child's pose. My hips often need just a little time to wake up again. So time of day for me is middle of the afternoon, and I was at my computer doing my work, redesigning things, both visually and my thought processes, and I realized, you know what, I need a little pick-me-up. So today, I'm thinking anyway, that it's going to be just kind of a magical swift flow. Breath to movement, and then we'll slow it down and stretch it out a little bit, and then move again, breath to movement. All right, so anchoring yourself down, grounding yourself down. If you haven't already stretched out into a full child's pose, let the hands plant, feeling that connection to the earth. Let the spine take a minute to lengthen a little bit. So I lift and lower just a little bit in my child's pose, gaining a little more length. And then surrender forehead down to the mat. Let's take 3 more breaths, child's pose. Beautiful. Pull yourself up to tabletop. Move right into cat and cow. The in-breath is always on the lengthening and the expansiveness, and the exhale is always on the exploration. Moving a little bit deeper into things. And think of the breath as just uncoiling and unlocking the energy within your body, the light within your body. Take your cat and cow really slowly, right? Just shifting through each vertebra of the spine. One more. Good, back to neutral spine. Nice. Inhaling, left arm nice and high to the sky. Circle it around. Good, and then sweep it through on your exhale. Extend the leg long if that feels okay to you. Lifting right arm high. I'm looking right into the sun. It's beautiful. Take a little half bind. And just keep twisting and exploring until your body's like, this is perfect. I found this beautiful juicy spot right in this little threading the needle posture. 2 more breaths. And then unravel. Ground the hand, right hand's planted, left hand's going to reach high to the sky. Reground back down to the earth. Stabilize again, and right hand reaches high. Circle it around if you'd like, the big arm all the way around. I don't know what the big arm is, but circle it anyway. And then on the exhale, sweep it through. I don't want to have a big arm. Strong arm. All right, take your little rotation. Half bind, maybe extend the leg. Gazing up to the sky. Long breath in. Feel the sun. Hopefully you've got the sun on you. Long breath out. And then unravel yourself again. Reaching your beautiful arm. Maybe that's what I meant to say. And then reground it back down to the mat. All right, let's walk the hands forward, walk the knees back a little bit more, and then just take big circles with the hips. Right, especially if this is a midday yoga class for you and you've been sitting for a while at the computer or whatever your routine has been for the day. Let's work some congestion out through the hips. The hips, second chakra, that kind of thing. Remember, this is like our creative flow. So if you're feeling stagnant, let's move the hips around. If you're feeling stuck or just kind of fatigued. One more time. I'm just going to switch directions. Good, and then bring it back to the center. Curl toes under, downward facing dog. Oh, such goodness in down dog. It unlocks everything. You get a full back body awakening through this. Right, so pedaling the heels, shifting the weight, shifting the gaze. I like to bend the knees and get a little side body stretch from side to side. Nice. Sway the hips a little bit more. Just get the congestion out, and then find a little bit of stillness when you're ready in your down dog. Rooting down hands, running the energy up through the hands, arms, spine, hips. Exhale, return it back to the earth and do another one just like that. Another one. Right leg lifts high. Bending the knee, open the hip. Knee can circle, it can stay as it is. And then extending it long, squaring the hips off. Slowly bring it to the nose, carve out the belly. In your own time, finding low lunge. Grounding the back knee, inhale, sweeping the arms up and overhead, interlace the thumbs, take a nice baby back bend. I like to bring the hands behind my head, and so I'm getting a stretch through the chest, the pectoral muscles, and then almost like just letting the head rest in the hands. Belly's pulled in nice and firm, so you're not dumping into the low back. Glutes are nice and firm too. All is well. Good. Now interlacing those hands, palms to the sky, reaching to the right side. Little side body stretch, really digging into the hip flexor psoas area. Good. Coming back to center, release the hands. Take a little twist. It could be a gentle twist, or you can bring hand to the outside of the knee, the right knee, and onto the back of the thigh. Depends on how intense you want this stretch. This is where I hold my congestion right through the hip flexor into the glute. Good, and then release. Inhale. Exhale, now straighten that beautiful front leg. And then shift forward back into lunge. Now go back with toes pointed. Flex the foot and slowly toes back towards the nose. Come back into lunge. Good. Pull back. Toes are pointed. Toes slowly flex. Back into lunge. So we're nerve flossing right now, that sciatic nerve. Pull back. Toes flex. Into lunge. One more time. Pull it back. Toes flex. Pause and hold here. Take an inhale. Exhale, little fold. Could be here, or you can pull all the way back so that you're sitting on your heel. Inhale, just uncoil the spine. Exhale, bring the belly down. Let the belly come down first, not the chest, right? So we're not carving out the belly. We're pressing the belly forward and letting the spine kind of line up. Head in line with the spine. All is well. All is dog hair right now, I'm noticing on my knees. All right then, shift forward again, and let's walk the foot out, finding a little runner's lunge, a little inner thigh stretch, a little hip stretch. Good, and staying just as you are, or if you enjoy another twist in runner's lunge, maybe grabbing onto the back foot. Good, let go of the foot, reground the hands. Front foot's going to meet the back, just pause and hold, and just pedal the knees out a little bit. So let's wake up the core. That means both the abdominal muscles and the muscles of the spine and the glutes, right? Just pedal, pedal. Knee to the chest, waking up. Good. Little micro bend in the elbows so you're not locking them out. You're relying on the muscles, not on the joints. Okay, let's march it out. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Full breath in. Now you can modify coming to knees. On your exhale, we're going to take that first chaturanga. Elbows bend. Inhale, finding up dog, or you could lower all the way to the mat and find cobra. Good, and then everyone pull into downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Very nurturing breath out. One more just like that. Fill the lungs. Good. Left leg lifts high. Bend the knee, open the hip. If that feels good. Circle the knee around again. Noticing how it's feeling. And then square it off. Knee comes to the nose. Carve out the belly now, tuck it into the spine. Foot comes through into your low lunge. Drop down to the bottom knee. Inhale, arms up and overhead, hook the thumbs. Good, and again, I like to bring my hands almost right behind my head. So I get a really beautiful stretch through the chest. And my head just gently rests in my hands as I tip my chin towards the sky. Belly's nice and strong. Give yourself that internal hug. Pull up with the pelvic floor so you're not dumping into the low lumbar spine. All right, reaching hands high, interlace, palms to the sky. Stretch out the wrists. Full breath. Exhale, little side body bend to the left. Such goodness. Good, come back to the center. Inhale, take a gentle twist. Or you can intensify a little bit. Hand to the back thigh, top hand to the sky. Woo. As you shift your gaze, you'll notice that's part of one of your balance sensories, if that's making sense to you. Right? Your big toe, the ball bone of your big toe, your sight, and your inner ears are what contribute to your balance. All right, take an inhale and come back to the center. All right, exhale, pull it back. Toes are pointed. Toes slowly flex. Shift it forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, pull the hips back. Toes are pointed. Toes flex. Shift it forward. You're about to meet Hank. Shift the weight forward. Flex the toes. Come back into lunge. Couple more, just like that. Hello, sweet Hank. Pull back. Flex the toes. Shift it forward. Good. One more, and then we're going to pull back and we're going to stay. Slowly flex the toes. Walk the hands back. Take a nice inhale, and then exhale. Gently fold. Hi, sweet pea. You can stay just as you are. You can pull all the way back so you're sitting on your heels. Lengthen the spine. Remember, the belly's going to come through. Belly's going to come through, and then let the rest of the body or the rest of the spine kind of follow until chin is tucked and you've got a long line of energy from the crown of the head out through the tailbone. So it could be here, it could be a bent knee here, and belly's connected to the thigh there as well. At our house, we call this a hanky sighting because she doesn't come out very often during the day. It's very hard to find her during the day. So we'll take this as a sign of really good fortune. All right, shift it all forward, find your runner's lunge. Good. If you're gonna roll onto the outside of the foot, make sure the knee is following you. See what feels good. And remember, if you want to take that little twist, that's kind of fun too. A little added quadriceps stretch. Couple more breaths. Take an inhale. And a nice exhale. Release the foot. Ground the hands. Lucky ass front foot's going to meet the back. We're in high plank. This time we're going to march it out, knee to tricep. Good. Switching sides. Stabilize, pull the belly in. Give that internal hug. And just marching it out. Let's move 4. And 3, elbows aren't locked out. 2. And 1, pause and hold, full breath, inhale. Exhale, shift forward, pin the elbows in, give the ribs a hug. Good, lifting up into upward facing dog. Shoulders release from the ears. Love your front body opening. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Nice, breathe in. Breathe it out. All is well with the world. In this moment, tell yourself you are beautiful. You are divine. You are perfect. Walking to the top of the mat. Feet are hip distance or wider. Find a nice lengthened inhale. Good, exhale, ragdoll pose. So maybe start with knees bent so belly connects to the thighs. Give your spine permission to unravel, right? If legs are straight and hamstrings are tight, you're going to be way up here, and that's a pile of no fun. So bend the knees, connect the belly to the thighs, and then just surrender, right? And maybe take a chest expansion, because that's even more expansive. What feels good to you right now? Head's hanging heavy, gazing between the knees, letting the brain just flush with blood and oxygen. That'll rejuvenate your day. Even if you're doing this first thing in the morning. Good. If your hands are interlaced behind you or in front of you, just let them hang evenly down to the mat. Good. Find a halfway lift. Take a long spine. Tailbone out through the crown of the head. Exhale, surrender, fold. Inhale, sweep it high into Tadasana, mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samasthiti. Bringing feet hip distance. Eyes are closed, feel the feet, or feel the ground rooted below the feet. Evenly place the weight through the four corners of the feet. Draw that energy back up through the knees, right? Knees are drawing up, quadriceps are engaged, glutes are starting to fire. Lifting internally now, that internal hug from the base of the spine, lifting up the pelvic floor, connecting it to the belly, to the lower abdominals, right? They're giving you a hug. Now get that diaphragmatic breath. Let the ribs expand. Take the shoulders up, back, and down, and then re-root down on the exhale. Do it again. Pull the life force of the earth up through the feet, up through the legs. Kneecaps are drawn up, quadriceps are firing, glutes are firing. Now internal hug. Lift it up through the spine. Pelvic floor lifts, lower abdominals firm. Expand the rib cage. Shoulders up, back, and down. Return it back to the earth. One more time. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, lead with the heart, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, open, halfway lift. Exhale, ground the hands, step back, flow through your vinyasa, whether it's from knees or from toes. Whether you're taking chaturanga or you're going down, taking cobra versus up dog. Everyone pull into downward facing dog. Long breath in. Even breath out. One more time. Let's roll up onto all 10 toes, bend the knees, bring the belly back to the thighs. Where are you going? Breath in. Top of the mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, surrender and fold. Inhale, reverse your swan dive, Tadasana. Exhale, open baby back bend. Cactus arms. Inhale, palms to touch. Exhale, hands to the heart, forward fold. Inhale, open, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, ground the hands. If you want to modify, shift forward, lower all the way down to the mat. Opening up to cobra pose. Pulling back through child's pose into downward facing dog. Breathing in. Breathing out. If you ever observe me practicing, my eyes are closed through most of the practice because I want that internal gaze of my body and not taking in the external. So try it and see how it feels. All right, let's roll up onto 10 toes, bend the knees, belly to thighs. Bring yourself to the top of the mat again, walk or jump. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, Tadasana, mountain pose, steeple grip. Exhale, side body bend to the right. Pause and hold. Just breathe into the side body. You're rooting down evenly through both feet. Lifting up to the center, lengthening. Inhale. Exhale, side body bend to the left. Rooting down evenly through both feet. Good. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, release the hands behind you, steeple grip. You could grab opposite elbow or you could take a strap. Take a shoulder shrug, lifting chest to the sky, chin to the sky. Slowly come back to center, bend the knees, belly to thighs, forward fold, chest expansion. Hands hang heavy. That feels good. Inhale, open, halfway lift. Grounding the hands, flow. All meeting up in downward facing dog. Long breath in. Even breath out. Good. Rolling up onto 10 toes. Bend the knees, belly to thighs. Take it to the top of the mat. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Utkatasana. Pause and breathe. Weight in the heels. Think of the same thing. We're running down through the feet. We're running the energy back up into the hips. Pulling up internally, reaching out through the fingertips. Full breath. Open mouth, exhale, airplane arms. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Now slow it down. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart, forward fold. Surya Namaskar. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, ground the hands, step back, shifting weight forward, pin the elbows in like you're squeezing the rib cage. Opening, upward facing dog, hearts open, knees and thighs off the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful, grounding breath. Inhaling, right leg high. Exhale, find warrior one. Ground the feet, heel to heel alignment. Hips square to the front of the room as you're lifting up. And on the exhale, bring it right back down. Front foot meets the back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, warrior one. Again, hips square to the front of the room. Sweep the arms back up and overhead. Shoulders release. Okay, let's bring it back down to the mat. Front foot meets the back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Long breath in. Even breath out. Rolling up onto all 10 toes, bend the knees, belly to thighs. Take it to the top of the mat. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Very emphatic breath out. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. 1 more. Shake it out. Slow it down. Hands to the heart, forward fold. Open halfway. Grounding the hands, stepping back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, warrior one. Inhale, sweep it up. We have a delivery person. Exhale, airplane arms. Good. Inhale, back to warrior one. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, airplane arms. Launching off slowly into airplane pose. Grounding the foot, heart is open. Beautiful. Stay, pause. Find your stability. Same stability that you would have in Tadasana, only you're on one leg. Heart shines open. Good. Deep breath in. Find your warrior three. Pause and hold here. 4, 3, 2. Back to warrior one on 1. Inhale. Exhale, reground the hands. Front foot meets the back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, find your warrior one. Good, slowly, slowly sweep it up. Deep breath in. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, airplane arms. One more time. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, airplane arms. Slowly lifting off, full airplane pose. Stabilize. Find it. Find the stability and then slowly lifting the leg, lowering the torso. All one long line of energy. Good. Think of Tadasana again on one leg. Kneecaps drawn up to stabilize the knee. Glutes are firm. Internal hug from the base of the spine. Good. Breath in. Warrior three. Holding here for 3, 2. Warrior one on 1. Reaching arms up and overhead. Circle them around. Ground hands, front foot meets the back. Chaturanga. All is well. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Breathing in. Breathing out. Beautiful. One more time. Full breath in, rolling up onto all 10 toes. Bend the knees, belly to thighs. Breath out, top of the mat. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Weight in the heels, find your chair pose. Pause and just breathe into it. Get a nice length to the spine. And then hands come to heart center. Good. Inhale again, a little more length. Exhale, prayer twist to the right. Knee comes to the elbow comes to the outside of the knee. Think of the belly coming through the shoulders and the gaze. Maybe opening to a half bind. Maybe a whole bind. Maybe you're in gentle twist. That feels really good as well. Find what works for you and feels the best for you. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. Inhale, let's bring it to center, Tadasana, mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center, chair pose. Breathing in. Exhale, rotate to the left. Good. Could be a gentle twist. Left arm back, right arm forward. You could open half bind. You could open whole bind. Hold here, 3. Beautiful, 2. Let's come and do a forward fold on 1. Toe heel to feet hip distance. Get some length of the spine on your halfway lift. Bend the knees, exhale, fold. Belly connects to the thighs. Good. Padahastasana, tucking the hands under the feet. Good. Hand to foot pose or gorilla pose. And as you get into the fold, roll the weight into the balls of the feet and then just give yourself a little massage. Bend your knees as much as you need to so you can gaze through the knees to the back wall. Good. All right, letting hands hang heavy. Release them out from under the feet. Open halfway lift. Ground the hands, stepping back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhaling, right leg high. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Pause and hold. Stay as you are or take a little push up. And then bring it up, lift it high. Deep breath. Right knee, left tricep. Stay as you are or take a little push up. Good, lift it up, bring it high. Knee comes to the nose. Pause and hold. All the way through warrior 1. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, bring it high. Exhale, airplane arms. One more time. Inhale, bring it high. Exhale, find humble warrior. Interlace those hands behind you. Surrender the body down. I owe this section of my class today to my beautiful Hannah that is just graduating from my teacher training. She led her final class last night, and this was a piece that she had in her class, and I thought it was brilliant. So I thought I would add it in because it feels so good. All right, let's take 2 more breaths, just as you are. 1 more breath. Good, slowly lift halfway. Come into airplane with your chest expansion. Heart shines to the front. Leg is very active, both lifted and grounded. Release hands. Inhale. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhale, airplane. Exhale, warrior 3. 2 more. Airplane. Warrior 3. 1 more. Airplane. Warrior 3. Step it back. Warrior 1. Good. Straighten the front leg. Hands come to the hips. Inhale, find length. Exhale, fold pyramid. Long breath in. Even breath out. Good, halfway lift. Left hand grounds. Finding length, exhale, revolve into revolve triangle. Good, 1 more breath. Now, can you lift from revolve triangle into revolve crescent lunge, moving onto the ball of the back foot? How does that feel? And if that's okay, bring your hands to heart center. Finding revolve crescent lunge. Feel free if you want to step back and drop down to the bottom knee. That's what I feel like right now. Maybe deepening the twist a little bit more. Holding and breathing. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Good. Coming back to the center. Just like we did in warm-up. Deep breath in. Exhale, pull the hips back. Let the toes follow. Point the toes, come back into lunge. Good. Pull the hips back. Toes are pointed. Toes are flexed. Coming back into lunge. Two more. Pull it back, toes pointed. Toes flexed. Nice. One more. Toes pointed. Toes flexed. Low lunge. Ground the hands. Lift up on the back knee. Front foot meets the back, but it's going to stay lifted this time. Good. And we're just going to touch the toe and lift. Touch, squeeze, and lift. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift it into three-legged down dog. Full breath in. Exhale, move through your vinyasa. Up dog or cobra. And downward facing dog. Long breath in. Even breath out. Good. Inhale, left leg high. Left knee, left tricep. Stay as you are, or take a little push-up. Bring it high. Left knee, right tricep. Stay as you are, or take a little push-up. Good. Bring it high. Knee comes to the nose. Carve out the belly. Warrior one. Grounding the feet, zipping it all up. Inhale. Exhale, airplane arms. Good. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Inhale. And then exhale. Surrender into humble warrior. Make sure you're distributing the weight evenly through the front foot and the back foot. Right? Get the knife edge of the back foot really grounded. Inside arch of the back foot lifted so the weight's running back as much as it is into the front. Firm the glutes. That'll help distribute the weight too. Just love where you're at. Head hanging heavy. Rejuvenating, revitalizing, all is well. Good. Let's slowly lift up. Launching off into airplane. Find your stability first. Toes could be touching. And then you're slowly lowering the torso, lifting the leg. Nice. Free the hands when you're ready. Inhale. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, airplane. Exhale, warrior three. 2 more. Warrior three. 1 more. Warrior three. Step it back. Into warrior one. Straighten the front leg. Full breath in, lengthens. Exhale, fold into pyramid pose. Make sure you're drawing the left hip back, right hip forward, so hips are square to the top of the mat. That may mean turning the back foot in more towards the top of the mat. That helps to rotate the hips. 1 more breath just as you are. Good. Opening up to halfway lift. Maybe walking the back foot out just a little bit more. Right hand grounds. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, open to revolve triangle. Good. Couple more breaths. You could have a micro bend or a deeper bend if that feels better. Okay, so the challenge here, remember, we're going from this posture into a bent knee and rolling onto the ball of the back foot. So not so easy in terms of balance. Stabilize the glutes, right? Squeezing both sides And then slowly lifting, so we're revolved, going to the ball of the back foot, a bend in the knee. Revolve, crescent lunge. You could stay as you are, you can bring hands to heart. Nice. You can stay as you are or come down onto the back knee, which is what I'm going to do today because it just feels really good. All is well. Nice. One more breath. And bring it back to the center. Good. Inhale. Exhale, pull the hips back. Toes are pointed. Toes are flexed. Shift forward. Pull it back. Shift forward. And forward. One more time. Shift back. Good. And forward. Ground the hands. Front foot meets the back. Leg is lifted. Let's lower and lift 8 times. Three more. 2. And 1. Lift into three-legged down dog. Inhale. Exhale, shift it forward. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Long breath in. Even, beautiful breath out. Good. Inhale, right leg high. Right foot comes to the outside of the right hand. Left foot comes to the outside of the left hand. Let's sink it down into a yogi squat. If this doesn't feel good, sit all the way back. Find the Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Good, whatever feels good in your body right now. In my yogi squat, I'm actually putting my forearms on the inside of my calves, just to kind of ease into a little more stability, but a really deep stretch. Couple more breaths. Good, and if you're not there already, coming down into Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. All right, so you were sitting here like this, maybe some of you, but now we're going to take a little fold into it. So sitting bones lifting up nice and tall. Sitting bones aren't lifting up tall at all. Sitting bones are grounded. Spine is lifting up nice and tall. Take an inhale. And then exhale, take a little fold. And I use my forearms again to just ease my thighs open. You can even grab the balls of your feet and kind of open them like a book. Little stretch through the ankles. Good, let's sit up tall again. Shift the hips back. So our legs are in kind of like a diamond shape. Inhale, and then exhale, take another fold. And this time, just allow the forehead to kind of come down towards the ankles. Good, and then sitting up nice and tall again. Let's extend the right leg long, left foot comes to the inner thigh, Janu Shirshasana. So right now my hips are parallel with the back of the mat. So right now we're going to do a stretch to the hamstring. All right, so lifting up tall. You can always put a bolster or a pillow under the knee. Inhale, and then exhale, fold. First, try to connect the belly to the thigh. Right, and if you've got that connection, then you can slowly straighten the leg to your ability. You can also use a strap around the ball of the foot too. That's very helpful. But I really want to see a healthy spine, so a nice straight back. If knee is bent and belly's connected, then you can slowly kind of let the head hang heavy, which is fine. But I don't want to see head hanging heavy with your belly this far off your thigh if leg is straight. Good, and gentle release. Let's take a little inner thigh stretch. So you're just going to lift up on the hips, let the right foot lead until you've got a 90-degree opening of the inner thighs. And now my torso is going to turn towards my knee. So right leg is leading, left hand's going to reach to the sky, so I'm going to find length and then get that beautiful side body stretch, but also a really nice inner thigh stretch on the right leg. Good, and then a gentle release. Left hand grounds, hips reach high. Opening up through the hips, belly, chest, throat. And then slowly allow yourself to settle back down. Squaring the hips off to the center, just switch. Left leg goes long, right foot comes to the inside arch. Hips are parallel with the back of the mat. Lifting up tall, there's just a little twist of belly towards the knee. Remember, bend the knee, connect the belly to the thigh. You can let the head hang heavy then. And if you can, straighten the leg, again, to your ability, but I don't want to see the torso hanging and there's a big space between the belly and the thigh. Be kind to your spine. Good, and gentle release, lifting up nice and tall. We're going to lift the sitting bones off the mat. Let the left foot lead. 90-degree angle between the inner thighs. I'm going to turn my torso to face that bent knee. And right hand's going to reach high. Lifting up and open, side body bend, inner thigh stretch for the left side. Good, and then slow, gentle release, lifting the hips high, right hand grounds. Beautiful front body opening. Release yourself down to the mat again, squaring the hips off. All right, let's take fire log pose or easy seat, whatever you prefer for your hip opener. So in fire log, you're stacking shin over shin. In easy seat, you're stacking shin in front of shin, like a cross-legged seat. So for me, my hips are not very open from the outside. So sometimes I like to put a blanket there. I try not to put too much pressure on it, right? And I just allow with my breath for it to ease open. Some people, it's just like boing, boing, one on top of the other, right? All right, so wherever you're at, sitting bones are grounded evenly. You may even want to sit on a blanket to help tip your pelvis forward just a little bit. Take an inhale and then exhale. If you want to just ground the fingertips, see how that feels. And every breath you may be inching down a little bit more and a little bit more until your body's saying, enough. And mine is saying, enough right about here. And then just, again, moving with your breath, just listening and communicating. Breath to the hip joint, breath to the hip joint. Does it want to give a little more? Does it want to stay as it is? Listening for that feedback. If only we did this all day long, listening for the feedback, the mind chatter. How is it making you feel inside? You will definitely get a response from the body when you're continually telling yourself things that don't align with what your truth is. And if we could pause and just take note. Hang on a minute, I'm not in alignment right now. We could avoid a lot of disease. Good, a couple more breaths just as you are. And then slowly coming up to a seat. Extending legs long in front of you. This is my little microphone. Good. Extend them long and then just shimmy them out. Let the heart space open, toes flex back towards the nose, Dandasana. Chin lifts up towards the sky, heart open. Good, and then gently tuck the chin. And let's come into the other side. Crossing the other leg in front or the other leg on top. Noticing the difference. You will most likely have a difference. There's nothing wrong with that. That's part of your anatomy. No two joints look exactly alike. We are not symmetrical beings. So giving yourself permission to back out, to ease in. Again, just listening. But sitting bones rooting down evenly. We're lifting up tall. Slowly tipping the pelvis as we fold a little bit, very gently. Maybe using bolsters under both knees, pillows under both knees. Your body will give you feedback if you're going too far. And also notice a couple hours after class how things feel. Your body will give you feedback a couple hours later if you overstretched. It'll just tighten right back up again. Find that balance. Find that alignment. Good, let's take a couple more breaths on this side. And when you're ready, uncrossing, extending legs long in front of you. Toes curl back towards the nose. We're going to lift up tall. Maybe a bolster goes under the knees right now. Actually, let's shake it out a little bit first. I'm feeling a little tension on this side for me. That is my feedback. Good. All right, when you feel okay, tip the pelvis as you lift up, and then exhale, take a nice little fold. Belly connects to the thighs, right? We're not letting the torso just hang in suspension there. Put a block under the forehead, bend the knees, whatever feels good to give you some support. Good, and lifting up nice and tall. All right, let's roll ourselves down to the mat. Knees come in the chest, little circles. I would love to take a bridge pose right now, but if you're feeling like you want to restore more, then just bring a block underneath the sacrum and do a restorative bridge. All right, so rooting feet down, heels towards the sitting bones. On the inhale, just slowly start to tip the tailbone away from the mat and then let the rest of the spine slowly lift. Shimmying the shoulders underneath, maybe taking a chest expansion. And then lowering back down, knees come back into the chest. Little squeeze, rocking side to side. Good. So today I actually feel like doing a forearm stand. So you can stay on your back, knees into the chest. You can take a nice child's pose. I won't stay long, but if you're ever interested, we're going to do the king and queen of asana, which would be headstand and shoulder stand. So right now, I'm going to do shoulder stand, or forearm stand, excuse me. And what I do is I interlace my fingers right over my triceps, or right around my elbows. So I know that my elbows are going to be shoulder distance apart, and then I bring my palms to touch and interlace my hands. So I'm kind of making a cup. And for some of you, you don't have a ponytail, but that's where my ponytail sits. It's right in this little cup. Good. All right. And so now you don't have to lift all the way off the mat, but if you want to practice, it's just walking toes up, hips lining up over the shoulders. And then when you feel ready, it's just lifting, lifting, lifting. We're never ever kicking up when our head is connected to the ground. You don't want to damage that neck, right? So practice maybe lifting one leg, lowering it down, and then lifting another leg, and lowering it down. And then when you're ready, you just find child's pose. Good, and if you're in your inversions, slowly bringing yourself back down to the mat, child's pose. Another nice way to practice that would be to start to walk up a wall. So you create your little foundation, and then you slowly walk yourself up, just to get yourself upside down and see what it feels like. All right, let's bring ourselves back onto our back. And knees come back into the chest, bring the feet to the sky. Staying as you are, maybe putting a block or bolster underneath the hips and be more restorative, feet to the sky or feet up the wall, or plow pose and shoulder stand. And as you're easing into your shoulder stand, making sure that the neck is not pressed down into the mat. And it's a similar thing where you're just stacking hips over shoulders as best you can. Make the platform on your shoulders and triceps, and then lifting up into shoulder stand. And when you're ready, guiding yourself back down, maybe plow pose or maybe Karnabadasana. Ear pinning pose. And slowly find your way into happy baby. Rocking yourself side to side. It's a really joyful posture and a really lovely time in your practice for gratitude and just joy. You took time out of your day to be here with me, and I'm very grateful for that. All right, knees into the chest. Moving into supine twist, so either both knees go over to the left, or you release the left leg, take an inhale, and right knee crosses over to the left side. Arms to a T, shoulders connected to the earth. Alright, gentle release, bring the knee into the chest, nice little squeeze, maybe circles with the knee, little compressions to the intestinal tract, and then switch sides when you're ready. Making sure to take an inhale to prepare and then an exhale as you're rinsing out. Beautiful rinse, nice little balancing of the spine. And when you're ready, gentle release. Knee comes into the chest or knees, little circles, little compressions. Good. And if you're not there already, right knee comes to meet the left, forearms wrap around the shins. Bringing forehead up to the knees on the inhale, shins press into the forearms, deep, deep breath in. And then open mouth exhale as you move into your beautiful sacred Shavasana. Just surrendering down to the mat. Letting everything feel connected and supported by the beautiful earth. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. And I'm going to allow you to just stay in your Shavasana as long as you would like and end the video. So it could be 2 minutes, it could be 10 minutes, it could be 20 minutes. You could take a little mid-afternoon nap. Know that, again, I'm grateful for all of you, and I wish you beautiful blessings, and may peace be in your thoughts, your words, and in your heart and actions. Namaste, beautiful yogis. Thank you.